Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. Today, I just got back from Texas. Well, that was last night, actually. I got back from Texas last night. Definitely want to talk to you guys about that. Some fun stuff that happened there. We'll be talking about that at the beginning of this video. And then we're going to get into Market Watch. And we're going to get into looking at ETH over Bitcoin. Is that something we're going to see? We're also going to be talking about billions. Not the show, just billions. Talking about billions of stuff. Billions of dollars. Billions of Bitcoin. A lot of that stuff we're going to talk about DeFi. But first, I want to talk to you guys about what happened yesterday because, man, it was so cool. And you guys may notice we have a little bit different of a layout today. We have switched our provider for doing these live streams. We have an empty box here.
Yeah.
It will not be empty tomorrow.
No.
We will have something there for you. Maybe that can be a zoom in on my face. That was a zoom out.
That was a zoom out.
So, guys, yesterday I went to Texas. And a lot of people were very shocked that I actually wore the bolo tie. But I would have you know, I got more compliments on the bolo tie than anything else. They love the bolo. So they call it a Texas tie, I guess. So we went in there. We talked to, I basically talked to what is called the IT caucus. So this is 32 members of the House of Representatives in the state of Texas. And if you didn't know, Texas just passed a Digital Currencies Act. That is going up to the Senate. They passed it in the House a couple of weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago. So I thought it was interesting timing to have me come in kind of on the backside of that. But they just wanted to bring somebody in to talk about crypto. These are the lawmakers in Texas that make the tech laws. They pretty much originate there in this caucus because these are all the people that are more interested in tech and stuff like that. So went in, talked with them for a long time. The way that it happened is basically one of the members there is a BitSquad member. You know, and said that she thought that I would be great to bring in because obviously a lot of the people that, you know, talk crypto, like, guys, let's be honest, they're boring. They're boring. We're not boring on this channel, that's for sure. So got the invite. We went out there and we did the talk yesterday morning. It was incredible. I actually told the people in Texas there, I was like, I said, guys, what about Binance US? What's going on there? Since Binance US is still not approved in Texas, and we're trying to get some stuff done on that. So I tell you this, if Binance US comes to Texas soon, just saying, not a coincidence. So it was really exciting. We talked about regulation. We talked about what Bitcoin is, and it was just a really cool experience to be able to take part. They want to invite me back out for a conference I think they have next year in their off season, and then they also want to basically talk with me and my community sometimes about you know, what they want, like amendments to bills or what kind of crypto bills they want to pass. So definitely cool stuff. We are doing big stuff on this channel, and that's all because of the community. And guys, look, I love all these other YouTubers. Well, most of them. I love most of these other YouTubers. But I'll tell you this, there's no other channel out there that's doing stuff like this right now. You just don't see it. So that is all because of you guys, and, you know, very excited about that. So let's go ahead and jump in, guys. As always here, first and foremost, thank you for the subs, guys. We're at 1.07 million subscribers. We should be at 1.1K here by you know, by next or by the end of this weekend. So pretty excited about that. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter. I actually released the thread yesterday about the manipulation on the market that we talked about. You could have got that access to that on my Twitter page. Make sure you're here. And also don't forget to be following us on Instagram and TikTok as well. So let's jump into the markets, guys. What a crap show it has been lately. Am I right? Like, it just seems like we're still being messed with, okay? When you start to look at these numbers here and you start to look at the markets, right now it's 5.5%. But when we look at the actual Bitcoin chart here in a little bit, is the Bitcoin chart pulled up here somewhere? I don't see it. So I had to pull that up in a minute. But when you actually look at what's going on with Bitcoin, it keeps getting rejected. It keeps getting rejected over and over again at numbers that we don't necessarily like. Why did somebody say they hate the layout?
Yeah.
Why would you? It's almost the exact same.
It's just change. People don't like change.
People don't like change, which is interesting because this whole channel was predicated on change.
Yeah, the only thing really different is this thing on the left side.
Yeah,
which will get cleaned up.
Yeah, we'll get cleaned up, guys. Don't worry. But it's also much easier. You guys know the problems we've been having with the streams. This is supposed to fix that. So
well, and this will also let us go live on Theta now.
Yeah, we can now go live on Theta and Twitch.
Yep.
Right? So we're going to be going live to more places. So excited about that. I think also, well, TikTok, you can go live with OBS. We're live on TikTok right now, just using my phone. But hopefully that integration will be soon as well. All right, so let's look at the numbers here, guys. We got the overall market cap coming in at 1.7 billion. Trillion. Did I say it? What? You got to...
I can't control anything anymore. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. 1.7 trillion. As you guys can see, I always say billion. I don't know why. 24-hour volume, 163 billion. So extremely low volume for the size of the market right now. And we're seeing that reflected in our numbers. And as many people are trading right now, that could mean it's a good time to trade. Just saying. We got Bitcoin dominance at 42.8%, ETH at 8.8%. We'll look at the Bitcoin Ethereum charts here in just a little bit. But Cardano making a strong recovery back to $1.72. Binance coin as well, and XRP as well. XRP back almost to $1, up 4% today. We got a big video coming on XRP today. TJ's going to hate it. XRP Army, y'all are going to love it. So then we've got, we have biggest gainers of the day here. We got Nexo making a big move. We got Engine Coin. Matic back over $2.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess it's official. I can tell people I sold my Matic at $1.65. Things were dumping. We had made a lot of money on it, so that was the coin that we sold. Like I said, I didn't want to FUD Matic because we didn't sell it because we didn't think Matic's a great project. We sold it because the price went up so much, and then when things started to go down, Matic was a little bit of a hedge against our portfolio, so we cashed that out right now. We don't hold any Matic. I will probably be getting a new entry at some point, but definitely not at $2. We got Bakery token is starting to really charge up over 20%. Cello, Telcoin. Telcoin continuing to be a big mover. Solana, Chainlink, a lot of stuff over 15%. Ravencoin. I recently talked to a Bitcoin maxi, and he told me Ravencoin's the only other coin he owns.
Interesting.
He says because he doesn't have enough to sell it. He wants to purge his portfolio of it, and he cannot figure out a way to do it. Quoth the maxi, nevermore. Did you get that joke?
No.
That's a line from the poem The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, wow.
Quoth the Raven, nevermore. So quote the maxi, nevermore.
Some sharp comedy there.
Yeah, it was deep. I mean, it was really deep. So very cathartic for me to make that joke. And I don't know if you guys know that's what Edgar Allan Edgar Allan Poe's stuff is about. Catharsis. Okay. So yeah, I can get deep in the literature if you really want me to. So let's go ahead and check out the biggest gainers of the week here before we move on to Bitcoin. Let's see. Those are the biggest losers of the week. With biggest gainers, we got Ethereum Classic coming back, which is good because I bought it all around $110. Went all the way down to 76. Were people mad that I sold my Matic? Anybody say anything like that?
Not mad, but just like why would you ever sell? Matic's a great project.
I agree. Look, I don't want to say that. I mean, you guys see, like I said last week, I sold one of our top projects, but I didn't. I did my best to make sure like it wasn't seen as a negative thing because we only did it because look, guys, stuff was sketchy last week. Matic was way up, and we had done really well on it. We wanted to kind of hedge in case the market did crash a little bit more.
Well, it was tons of profit, is what it comes down to.
Yeah,
we
invested like $150K, and we pulled out 700.
Right, and you guys are always asking when to take profit and all that kind of stuff. This would have been one of those moments where it's like, hey, we're way, way, way up. Time to take some profit.
Yeah, you have to. Here's the thing, guys. You have to judge, and this is what a lot of the top investors do. You judge your investment decisions based on regret, okay? So you say to yourself, what would I regret more? Would I regret more selling this Matic and it goes up to $10? Or would I regret more holding on to it and it goes all the way back down to 20 cents? And for us, the answer was very clear on that. It was, I would much more regret the fact if it goes down, the market crashes, and we made all that money and we didn't, we moved it over to Bitcoin. I mean, we moved it over to Bitcoin because we just think Bitcoin is going to do really well. And when we were looking at our portfolio, we were saying Matic is really the only coin over the last, month or so that has performed so well. We can actually move that money into Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin recovers, we could actually make more profit on that. So that is definitely what we did.
Like you said, too, when everything dumped, Matic was holding strong. So it was a really good swap from Matic back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin had taken a 30-40% hit. Matic was just chilling. So, it was a good swap.
Yeah. They said BitBoy is a man of culture,
look.
which it's a little bit of an oxymoron there. BitBoy man.
BitBoy man of culture.
Well, an oxymoron is two words together. So,
You know what would be fun?
yeah.
Speaking of fun content to make, would be like redoing the most interesting man in the world campaign for like crypto stuff, like BitBoy.
That would be most interesting man in crypto.
Most interesting crypto man.
BitBoy. Yeah. Okay, so let's pull up the Bitcoin chart here and look and see what we got going here. We'll remove some drawings. So, okay, so let's look at what we've got going on with the Bitcoin chart. We have the current price coming in at 38,827. So is this, let me click that, make it a little bit bigger here. Okay, so yeah, that's everything on the screen, but I agree it is a little bit smaller. I think. Is it smaller?
It is a little smaller.
It is a little smaller. Okay, guys, so let's check out what we got going on here with the chart here. I'll make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Hey. Guys, this is what is a little troubling to me, is we just keep getting these rejections. So we got a rejection here today at about $41,000. But what's happening is, as you can see here, we're getting up into the bands of the EMA ribbon, and we're just getting shoved back down to the bottom of them. So we started making some good progress. We got up to almost $41,000 today. They say Blockchain Boy is BitBoy's son. So we get a lot of comments on that. But he said Wendy is his mama. So that's what he said.
Yep.
Talked to the Washington Post about Wendy this week. They wanted to know what I thought about Wendy. And, of course, I said she sucks. Get rid of her.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't say that. I love Wendy. A lot of you guys don't know, like me and Wendy, we have been in this together since the beginning, since we started our accounts. Pretty much, we've been friends with each other. And what I said to the Washington Post, I said, one of the reasons why I think me and Wendy connect so well is because we're both we're family folks. You know, like we both have kids, we're married, and, you know, a lot of people in crypto expect them to be young and hip. You know, we're old people.
Yeah.
So we've already done it all. But Wendy's doing a phenomenal job over there on TikTok. So she was actually in the Wall Street Journal, and she mentioned me in that Wall Street Journal as her inspiration for getting on TikTok.
Hey, who inspired you to get on TikTok?
Are you saying you?
I'm asking.
No, it wasn't you. What inspired me to get on TikTok was when I downloaded it, and I said, holy crap, this is addicting. This is going to be big. Like, that was my initial thing, but starting to make regular content, Shill Nye, actually, when he got 50,000 followers, I was like, I can do this better than Shill Nye.
Yeah.
So, I like Shill. I mean, Michael Nye. I like him. He's a friend, but that was what happened, and I did crush him. Sorry, Mike. Let's see. Someone said we have an inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. I don't know exactly what time frame they're talking about there. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Look at that. Yeah. Got an inverse head and shoulders here. So you have this shoulder, you got this shoulder, and then you got your head down here. What is it they say? They say it's from the price target would be the distance. I don't know how it is on a head and shoulders, but I think it would be the distance like from here to here, and then put it on the upside. Let's see what that would be. I don't know if that's exactly correct. Exactly as I predicted. But it's pretty close. So put my crosshairs up, move this over here. So basically, it looks like it can get back above 50K here pretty soon. So, Grandpa BitBoy. I don't know who Grandpa BitBoy is. I'm young and hip, okay? Looking at market Cipher, though, guys, we did on the 4-hour chart, we did get a small red dot on the momentum wave. And we're seeing it play out right now in this red candle. So let's look at the daily chart, see how that is doing. It's a little more clear there, I guess. So one thing is on the daily chart, and I noticed this a couple days ago, we are now oversold. You can see on the RSI here where it turns green. That's where you're oversold. And this is the way, I'm not 100% sure like exactly how you're supposed to look at the RSI in terms of what it means. I'll tell you what it means to me when I see it. It means that right now, the actual value is underrated. That's what it means. it's undervalued for the price that it is right now. What's interesting when you look all throughout that dump, we never got there. You know, we stayed constantly in overbought territory, meaning the price and the value is overinflated over what it should be. And that makes perfect sense when you think about it, because that really is what a bull run is hype and speculation. So the last time you see the RSI on the daily chart in the green here, in the oversold territory, is right here at the end of July. And this would have been going the end of the DeFi run when everybody was obsessed with Ethereum. Oops, that was a lot of drawing there. God, what is it?
That's never going to get old.
Well, it's been old for me for a long time.
Yeah.
So let's look and see what the price was the last time and what it did. Okay, this is interesting. We're going to show you guys some interesting stuff here. Very interesting stuff. It's amazing how far back we have to move to get here. Okay, so let's look. This is the last time the RSI was oversold. You had, from when it turned green, let me make it even bigger here. Okay, because you had a pretty big move, actually. So when it turned green, you had a trend reversal. You had the price coming in at the open of that day at $9,100. Okay, $9,100. It took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days for it to shoot up, and it shot all the way up to $11,400. Let's see what kind of change that would be. So after 5 days, on the 6th day, it pumped 25%. Then over the next 27 days, so over the next month, it went up 36%. So let's go look and see what that kind of lines up with in terms of where we're at right now. Let's see, zoom that in. Here we go. Okay, so if looking at this RSI, how many days? So day 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would put Friday would be the 6th day, and that means that if it went up 27% total, if it saw the similar thing to the last time, you gotta go from where it started here. 27% would put it back at about $47,000. God, this thing. I'm telling you, I really hate this thing. Let's see. 27%. $47,000. How about that? Very key level. If it went up 34%, that would put it back above 50. So, and I kind of think that could be what we see. I do think we could see getting back over 50K in the next 4 weeks. I can see that. That would be big. I mean, just think, guys, if we get back above 50K, I think it's very safe to say things are gonna be running up for sure.
You think we'll get a pump during the Bitcoin conference, like we have in the past, early June?
Interesting, because we always got the consensus pump, which was around May, right now, actually, around this time, or about a week, usually the middle of May. So very interesting. Could we see that during Bitcoin? I mean, I think it's definitely possible, but I mean, it's hard to say that, basically a coin is going to pump based on a conference, unless you want to say that it will be manipulation the other way, because all the people that have most of the Bitcoin outside of the Russian guy behind Cointelegraph, and I'm sure he's not going to be there, early Bitcoin miner, but in some of the more manipulative whales, a lot of the people with the biggest money are going to be there.
Yeah. And a lot of hype, a lot of excitement. We saw it pump during Bitcoin 2019, kind of that fake out pump. So it'll be, and the timing would be about right too. We've got futures expiring at the end of June as well, so it's got to get hopefully up to those levels like you just mentioned.
Not looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well, unless it pulls them up, because a lot of the targets are in that 70, 80K range. There's the walrus.
I remember where the walrus came from. We were talking about it yesterday. Somebody made a meme of me with my head on a walrus.
Yeah. That's where it came from.
That's where it came from. And now we've turned it into our own fun thing. Appreciate that. So anyways, that's what's going on with Bitcoin. I think we could be seeing returns, but we've got to, at some point, the key thing we got to watch for, guys, is like we have to be able to get back inside the ribbon instead of below the ribbon. And then eventually, of course, we want to get on top of the ribbon. That's when we see things really, really pumping. So
Yeah, things always pump better on top.
Cardonald's, is that a coin? Or are they just making a joke saying Cardonald's? I don't know. Sounds like a good one to me. Okay, so let's jump into Ethereum. Ethereum actually got back to 29.15 this morning before heading back down. And it has not been a great few weeks for Ethereum, but it has been holding tougher, or pretty tough. We are seeing the band tighten here for Ethereum, which is pretty interesting. We did have on the daily chart, we did have not a large green dot, but we did have a small green dot on the momentum wave the other day. We haven't really seen anything, straight shoot up since then. Peter Schiff drinks wine coolers and visits SeaWorld.
Okay.
Okay.
Learn something new every day.
How many people we got watching?
16,000.
And how many likes?
2348.
2348. All right, guys, we can get that at least up to 50%. Everybody could do us a favor. Stop what you're doing. Hit that. We're about to say smash. Don't smash your computer. Hit the like button so we get more people in the stream. So hit the like button. Now, if you're on mobile to do that, I think I got to say this every day. All you do is you X out of the live chat, click the thumbs up button for the like, and then open the live chat again. Right there, you'll see the icon for it. All right, so let's look at the 4-hour chart for Ethereum. And we're going to be talking more Ethereum news here in just a little bit. But on the 4-hour chart, it looks like we just got the same thing. Now, the 4-hour chart, I think, reprints here in a few minutes. I think it reprints at like 12. So, Matic Mike, huh? So we got this red candle here. Now, here's what's interesting, guys. On the 4-hour chart, for Ethereum, you can really see it start to build up here. Because on the 4-hour chart, let me get rid of this, you see we're actually getting back up over the band. Basically, the EMA ribbon here, it tightened right here in this section, and now Ethereum has actually rebounded better than Bitcoin and is now bouncing off the top. You can see here, if we zoom in a little bit closer. Can I zoom in closer? Okay, here's something that's pretty interesting when you look at the chart for Ethereum. You guys see that basically in the last 4 hours before this current candle, we touched the top of the ribbon and it basically bounced right up off of it and went back up. Now we've got a wick that has almost touched the second line of the ribbon, and it is not bounced up yet. So we could see it go back down to 2673, bounce off that level, and it's trying very hard to stay above this EMA ribbon, which of course is good news. And when you look at the 4-hour chart here, you can see Ethereum has been in oversold territory since it was at 3,500. So what does that tell you, guys? What does it tell you? Ethereum's undervalued right now. And guys, I would have told you and I did say this many times, when Ethereum was around $4,000, I told you guys, I said, man, it sure would be great to be able to get Ethereum back for under 3,500. Now, look, as always, I want all green candles all the time. So not like I would rather just hold what I got and watch it go up than get better entries. But we know better entries happen. And so when I was saying that, people were like, it's not going to go back under 35. Well, if you thought it was a good deal under 35, you should check it out at 27. Because basically we could be looking at a 10x from here over this bull run. Now, TJ, let me ask you this. How are you feeling about where we're at with the prices and bull run, premature bear market? What are you kind of thinking of?
As far as, like, do I still feel confident there's room to run for the rest of this cycle?
Yeah,
or?
like has your confidence level grown over the last few days, or are you still kind of in the same place?
It's grown somewhat. Yeah, like you still want more confirmation, obviously, that we're going to move to the upside. Like over the weekend, it was pretty dicey. You know, we got a pretty good bounce Monday, Tuesday, felt a little better. Today, you're feeling a little better, but still like to see it move up a little bit more to really confirm we're still in an uptrend. Yeah. But I still have full confidence. I haven't seen enough kind of either direction. I haven't seen enough to the downside to really make me scared. but I haven't seen enough correction back up to the upside to really get me excited again.
Yeah.
But, you know, just kind of watch and wait.
Yeah, I mean, so we got people in chat saying still dead cat bounce.
Yeah.
I just don't believe that.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. And here's what's so hard about my job,
But
which is it looks just like a dead cat bounce.
Yeah, I do understand why people would feel that way.
Mhm.
It does look like that, but just like I think experience at this point has me leaning towards like if that's what everybody thinks and everybody feels, they're probably wrong.
This is the difference between people who have been here and people who haven't. Like I always say, act like you've been there before.
Yeah.
We got all these new YouTubers that have popped up. We got a guy who just got into crypto in December, trying to tell people what to do in this market. Let me tell you, somebody who got in December in Bitcoin, they got no clue what they're talking about at this point.
Right.
And you got to understand that the people who are telling you that this is not over are the people who have been here. Because we know, someone says that my hair looks great today. Thank you. We know what the top of the market looks like, and we know we didn't see it. Now, that doesn't mean that the markets aren't going to go down at some point, okay? But what that does mean is that what we saw is not the typical top of a market. And so we've got a lot of stuff, that points to manipulation and all of that stuff. Somebody's saying a bear trap. That is what I think this is. And when you look at Ethereum, for instance, here on the chart, what you'll see is, look at this money flow. And I'm going to try to make this bigger for you guys to be able to see this. So basically, this green area here, the green area, this means that the money flow is in the green. Most of the money is coming into the market, not going out of the market. Over here, we've now gone into the red. And if you look over this bull run over 2021, I mean, what's the color you see? Green. You see all green on the top. You see a couple little spots of red. We are now into the deepest red that we've seen in this money flow. But look, what does it look like it's doing? It looks like, as CryptoFace says, it's half mooning. I don't know if he says that. That's not what he says. I made that up. He doesn't say that. But what he does say is, he says, what you want to do is you want to try to make a line like a curve to kind of predict where the money flow is going, right? He does say that. And it looks like to me that this is curving back up. I mean, look where it was at the bottom on the line here. It's a negative 35. It's now sitting at a negative 17. It looks like the money flow is starting to come back in, and I've seen a lot of confidence. They said right click to change cursor back. I don't have a right click.
Well, you can still two-finger click on the...
No, that just brings up that.
Well, worth a shot.
We'll figure it out on Mac. On Mac, I got to figure it out. But anyways, we're starting to see, and I will tell you, I've seen so many people who are newer to this market, and this is why we were talking about with Blockchain Boy on Friday about the show, where he said, it looks like all the money that went out is retail money. That's what dumped the market, and that's the way it's supposed to look, but that's not what happened.
Yeah,
that's the smoke and mirrors they want you to think by saying these are all new coins to the market.
Well, it was based on time and wallet.
Time and wallet, right? But these were people that bought these coins specifically for the purpose of dumping them. Right. We got so much evidence of that, it's unreal.
Yeah.
So we do not believe that this. I mean, I'm with every passing day, I'm feeling more and more confident that we are, resuming this bull run. I mean, I would have told you last week I was really questioning, and I told you guys that. But I feel pretty good about it now. So if you guys want to take advantage of any of this information, as always, make sure to head on over to bitboycrypto.com/deals. We have ByBit, BMX. If you want to get Market Cipher, they're opening up more Market Cipher purchases per day. These have actually been limited recently. So the first 500 people get 15% off. We got TokenMetrics if you want to check out altcoin research. And then we also have VPN Unlimited if you need to use that for ByBit. BMX, by the way, no VPN required. And also, guys, we do have, here's a new shirt, a FOMO shirt. This is from the Bitverse. This is some of the actual art from our comic book. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
It does.
Wow, pretty cool. This is our Bitverse logo, by the way, up here. So there's a Bitverse logo. You guys get into that by going to our merch site. So let's talk about this story here, guys. $5 billion BTC haul. Now, this article was a few days ago, okay? But the point is, $36,000 seems to be what is developing as a whale cluster, where whales are buying. Somebody said Flopping Groper. I love Flopping Groper. He's a great guy. Whale scooped up $5.5 billion in Bitcoin as BTC dropped below 36K. Derivatives data shows whales aggressively bought the dip as Bitcoin's price dipped below 36K, but that doesn't mean that BTC has bottomed yet. Now, this would have been, what day was it, 21st?
5 days ago. Today's the 26th.
That was Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Friday.
It was Friday. So we did see on Sunday it did drop dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do believe it looks like a double bottom around 30 to 31K is what we saw. But it said today's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. News that failed deciding actions and merely refreshes old information from China. We know what this was about, but we really want to get into the volume and talk about what was going on during this time. Trading volume is the best indicator to confirm whale activity, and those peaks need to coincide with bottoms. Even though every trade has a buyer and seller, extreme volatility can occur on low trading volumes, therefore not necessarily involving pro traders. By looking at the above data, there should be no doubt that whales and market makers aggressively bought the $36,000 dip, and I believe that's around the price Michael Saylor bought at, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. It said Ben orders pallets of bangs. I saw that. Yeah, it's actually true. Yeah. Spot exchanges surpassed $5.6 billion in 4 hours. The retail investors I know have not sold for the most part. Nope. We do have one employee who divulged to me that he panic sold. It's very sad. He said it was a terrible idea and he made a giant mistake. I don't want to dox him. Don't want to dox him here. But most of the people I know, have not been shaken by this at all. And so we know that a lot of this movement was from whales. They dumped the price to come in and buy at these smaller numbers. To put things into perspective, the daily average volume over the past month stands at $11 billion. Therefore, by combining this data with derivatives exchange long to short ratio, one should assume that some heavy players were brave enough to buy today's dip. Now, let's also go into the whale. I want to go to the whale cluster chart. What is that? Whale cluster Bitcoin. Let's see what the new whale clusters are. Cointelegraph. Here it is. Whalemap.io. Are we not allowed to see it? I thought we could see this. It says I have to sign up for it.
CryptoFace said I sold all in May and walked away.
That's what he loves. You get your hardcore traders. They sell it. They don't care. Sorry, CF. No. CF, you dumped everything. He said it. He said, sell in May, walk away. I think we still got a part 2 coming though. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know I was hurt much harder by this than CryptoFace. Yeah, I know that. So I've been blaming him a lot for that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Face. I know it's not your fault. It is your fault. I'm gonna make you take that mask off, boy. Sorry. Okay. All right.
Jeez.
Some people want you to put it on. I'm gonna take it off.
I got aggressive.
You did. That's right. Okay, so let's go to the whale map on Twitter, see if maybe we can get access, see if they shared a chart lately. So basically what this is this whale map shows where people buy at. So we don't have really a new one yet. Yeah, this was before the dump. So this shows how we had the big clusters at 47. You can see the 2 clusters at 47. But we should sign up for that. I want to be able to use that.
Okay.
So can you put a note on that to do that where you sign up? Because I want to be able to look and see where the new clusters are, because that tells you where the resistance and the support is at all times. Mm-hmm. So that would be really good to be able to show. So also, guys, we have a historically accurate Bitcoin metric that suggests the price is bottom out. Bitcoin bulls may get some respite from a derivatives market indicator that hints at a price bottom. Dubbed as rolling basis, the indicator mathematically represents the relative difference between the price of the futures contract and the spot rate on an annual time frame. For instance, if a Bitcoin contract trades at 2.5% premium for its post price on the 3-month chart, then its annualized, rolling basis comes to be 10%. In hindsight, assets in the futures markets trade either at a discount or premium. When an asset's spot rate is higher than its future price, this is called backwardation. Whew, that's a tough word. Ooh. Conversely, when the spot rate trades below the futures one, which is typical in traditional financial markets, it represents the state of contango.
Contango. That's fun.
Wow. Well, maybe if you and me go to a club, we can tango.
We can tango.
It's the lambada that's their forbidden dance, correct?
You would know better than me.
Well, it's forbidden, so I don't know. I don't think it's the tango.
No, the tango's not.
My wife wants to go. She's always wanted to go ballroom dancing.
Well, take her.
You think I should? Should I do ballroom dancing lessons?
Yeah, if she wants to go.
Well,
why not?
I got the moves, obviously,
Yeah.
It's time. It sounds like a bear market thing to me.
No, not for your wife.
Doesn't it sound like it'd be more fun to go square dancing? Okay, this is what I want to know from the people.
For who, though? More fun for you or more fun for her?
Humans. Humans. If you would rather go ballroom dancing, #ballroom. If you would rather go square dancing, put #do-si-do. And I'm not going to tell you how to spell that because I don't know. Let's see what they would... You son of a snitch. Oh, my God. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what she wants to do. So, honey, I love you, but we're going to leave this up to the BitSquad. We're going to see if they want... Ballroom boy. Okay. Last 2-day green dot with the same money flow showed a move up, but not to all-time high, then an eventual dump lower. So maybe we go to 45K to 50K before lower. I think if we go above 50K, we're not going lower. I don't think there's time. There's not time. Guys, we're running out of time in the bull market, right? It's May 26th today. September 28th should be the top of Bitcoin according to all of the history, unless history's broken. God.
Lots of ballroom.
Honey, we're going ballroom dancing, it looks like. Wow, I'm really surprised by this. So I thought my people would get behind me. Well, don't get behind me. I just thought you would support me, okay? So, all right, well, pick a place. And let's go, hon. Here we go. We're doing it. Should we video it? Should we vlog the ballroom dancing?
Maybe not your first time. Maybe get a few lessons.
If your first time's on camera, you're in trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I see what CryptoFace is saying about that, but I think, like, look, guys, we've got basically 4 months left. Unless we have dramatic volatility in the next 2 weeks, we're just running out of time. And I know that when it comes to...
Today, Sorry, I just realized today's May 26th.
Yeah.
That's Naomi's birthday.
Happy birthday, Naomi.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. How about that? Someone said broke back Mount Ben. I don't get that. My back is fine.
There were some references to that at the beginning. Some people talking about liking the cowboy hat.
Yeah,
from yesterday.
I believe it. Ben Lilly, a crypto economist at Jarvis Labs, pitted the reading on the BTC future annualized rolling 3-month basis chart against the Bitcoin spot prices. Knowing that when the former approaches or closes below 1%, the latter takes it as a cue to bottom out and start a new upside cycle. So that's good news. They're talking about the funding rates, the derivatives market right now are flying in no man's land. That's kind of how I feel. But, guys, I'm just going to, until it becomes so obvious, right? Until it becomes so obvious that this is a bear market, I mean, it's going to be really tough to convince me otherwise. Because I don't just look at the chart. I look at the history. I look at, everything that goes into it, not just the candles. And I believe that there is something bigger going on. A lot of people named George in the chat.
We are all George.
Those people. ETH options volume keeps hitting new all-time highs. It's our ETH over Bitcoin story here. And guys, it's very interesting because we actually are now seeing Ethereum have more volume than Bitcoin. Wasn't that correct?
Yes. So tons of bullish Ethereum articles today. Everywhere you looked was people saying, I like Ethereum more than I like Bitcoin. We've been hearing that a lot, even around the blockchain. A lot of the people, huge Ethereum fans. A lot of people think that has more room to run than Bitcoin. So It's just interesting.
It does. I mean, it absolutely does. But that doesn't mean that we don't love Bitcoin.
Right.
That doesn't mean that we don't own Bitcoin. It just means I think Ethereum does more, and I think there's a lot to that. So let's see here. So we got those stories at the end. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I probably rearranged some of these things, and he didn't realize. That's probably what happened.
Yeah. No, I think it's fine though. Ethereum has much higher utility than Bitcoin, says Guggenheim Now, can we talk about the story before we get into it?
Yeah, let's talk.
You know who this is?
Scott Menard.
This is Scott Menard's partner.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he's had a lot of partners. But Scott Menard's partner, co-founder, Todd Morley. So just reading the headline here, what does this tell you? They're trying to FUD Bitcoin. This is actually Guggenheim trying to FUD Bitcoin right now. So, but I mean, I do agree that overall this is the case, but I just have to believe, I love Ethereum, but I do believe in the short term, I do believe Bitcoin is going to probably outperform it. Like in the short term, I mean like the next 6 weeks. We'll see what happens. Guggenheim co-founder Todd Morley has said Ethereum has much higher utility. Morley, who is now the chairman of blockchain project Overline.
More on that later, I think, if you put it in there.
Building a wireless protocol in the world's largest NFT museum. Any industry that doesn't have a technology strategy to digitize is going out of business. Absolutely. I've told you guys this ever since I came on this channel and started things. He gave an example of the insurance industry and says that such industries have better technology strategy, or suddenly something shows up and your Walkman looks like an abacus. Wow, that's weird. He said that the number of most people watching probably don't even know what Walkman is.
Yeah.
No, probably they do. He said the number of app developers for Ethereum has been growing at a rapid clip. We've told you guys this for a while. Moore's Law is basically the idea that technology speeds up over time and becomes less, it costs less to produce. He said the large-scale deployment of Ethereum's utility function and access to assets hasn't quite happened, so we're happy to be leaders in that. Then he goes to talk about Overline.network. This is not sponsored anyway, just reading the story. It is one of the reasons why Overline, along with the real estate development group JDS, is building a new blockchain tower in New York. It's supposed to be on 57th Street and will include the world's largest NFT museum. You know what we should do? We should create an NFT of me calling Scott Menard and calling him a douche, and then we'll get it in their own museum.
That'd be funny.
That would be good. Do one of those things where, have you seen where the kids sneak the pictures in Cracker Barrel?
No.
Yeah. So it's like, there's so many TikToks about this. Basically what kids do, and by kids, I mean like teenagers, you know, they think it's really funny to take their picture and put it in like an older looking frame and sneak it into Cracker Barrel and like put it on like the mantle or just put it on like the wall next to a table, and you don't even notice.
That's funny.
Yeah, because, you know, they're supposed to be like older pictures, you know.
Right.
So anyway, it's pretty funny. So let's look at the tower here. So Guggenheim co-founder wants to build a blockchain tower with an NFT museum. This is a little bit more about that. What do you guys think? This is the proposed location right here, I think, right? Or no, It's in the middle.
No,
it's
I think
this.
Yeah, I think that's vertical going up. That's right on the edge of the park.
Yeah, that's vertical.
Right.
That's not going through the park. That's not a road.
No.
That's the tower right there. Wow.
And that'd be quite.
When I saw it earlier, I thought it was this. I thought that was a walkway or something, but that doesn't make any sense.
No. That'd be quite the tower if they pull it off.
Now, I would say this. I would say they're definitely near the top of this tower is going to be a computer brain that's going to end up destroying the world.
Yeah.
Right? Has to be.
When the eye turns red, you know it's evil, basically.
Yeah. The eye will turn red, and then, you know, it'll go from like Siri voice to like Darth Vader voice.
Like angry Siri.
You know what movie I watched on the plane? The new Terminator movie. I have no idea how new it is. It may be 3 years old. I don't know. But it was really good.
Yeah.
It was so much action. Like, first 30 minutes was just like, that was pretty good. Anybody seen T4? Let me know.
I haven't. But that's on was that HBO?
I know it was on the plane.
Yeah.
So.
Delta?
Yep.
Delta. Probably HBO.
Yeah, we flew first class. That's right. I can get used to the first class.
I bet.
You guys know what also? You know what I didn't do?
No, let's.
I can't say. I can say it.
I don't know. I mean, you
Yeah.
can. You can.
I can say it.
But
Delta now allows you to take off your mask on the plane.
Yeah.
So why can I not say that?
I just, with the issues we've been having with numbers lately, I didn't want to
say
talk about masks.
Yeah. Good point. But yeah, the fact is, after the attendants go to your seat and serve you after you take off, you can take it off now. So that was great. They announced it. It was insane. I couldn't believe it. Maybe that's not every flight, but in between Texas and Georgia for sure. So I thought it was pretty interesting.
It was.
Nobody knew. Nobody else on the plane did it though because they didn't know. They couldn't believe what they were hearing. Ether sales past Bitcoin's daily volume. That's what we were talking about earlier. Is Grayscale ETH Trust trades at 11% premium.
Yeah. Everybody trying to get their hands on ETH right now.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, the prices are so good where it's at. So, like I said, I do think that we will see Bitcoin outperform it in the next 6 weeks. But we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe there's also a chance that we go sideways for a while, and we'll see Ethereum pump. Somebody said we're a scared baby for not talking about that. Yeah, YouTube scares the out of me. Yeah, you're right.
It is scary.
It is scary. They just kind of do whatever they want. So, yeah, you got to be careful. That's why we say pandemic. That word's approved for whatever reason. So, all right. So, next story here. Cardano. What's that?
Crypto face, just funny.
Delta #1. Cardano uses $10 million of inflows as big investors switch to proof-of-stake coins. So, it's Cardano story, digital, which we have a big Cardano video coming on Friday. Someone said Delta sucks. What are you flying? What's better? American Airlines? I don't think so. Spirit? You flying Spirit? Well, I'm glad you're still alive. That's all I can say. Digital asset investment products saw another consecutive week of net outflows with a total of 97 milli, another new record for outflows according to CoinShares. But the outflows, 0.2% of total assets under management, remain low compared with net inflows of $5.5 billion to date. Regardless, it represents a net change in sentiment following increasing regulatory scrutiny and concerns over Bitcoin's environmental credentials. Despite declines in Bitcoin and Ethereum, altcoins, typically coins other than Bitcoin, saw continued positive sentiment with inflows totaling $27 million. Somebody said Alaska Airlines. I've flown Alaska.
Alaska
before.
is Delta.
Yeah. Not too bad. Multi-asset and Polkadot investment products saw inflows of $7 million. This is what you're supposed to be taking from this story, by the way. What I want you to take from this story where we're talking about these inflows into these is that the prices are dropping, and when these prices drop, money is flowing in. People are not scared by these. Somebody said kangaroo market. That's crypto face. Has anybody ever seen the kangaroo movie? It's like Ninja Turtles, but with kangaroos.
No.
I saw it on TikTok today.
You mean Kangaroo? The only one I know about is Kangaroo Jack, which I've never seen.
Kangaroo Jack was actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah?
Yeah. Why would it not? It was pretty funny. It was good.
It looked
Wait.
It looked terrible.
I watched it with my sister when she was a young child.
Which one? Macy?
Macy. Yeah, Macy. My sister. She was probably like 8. She wanted to watch Kangaroo Jack. It wasn't too bad. So Kangaroo movie, let's see what it is. Kangaroo movie 90s. Let's see what it was here. Here it is. You guys are going to love this. Warriors of Virtue.
Wow.
Somebody made a TikTok about this today, and I thought it was so funny. It's like basically Ninja Turtles with kangaroos.
That's terrible.
Guy falls into a sewer. Oh, they said it's awful. They said it's so bad. Now I really want to watch it.
Wow.
I mean, when you see a movie that's that terrible looking, like, do you not want to watch it?
Yeah. That's like one of those you like.
Troll 2.
Yeah.
Where's my hashtag Nilbog people?
Nilbog gang.
Love Nilbog gang. What's it called? Velocipaster?
Oh boy. You can tell in the name that's no good.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Man of the Claw? Man of the Claw? Please, I've got to watch this movie.
Oh
my gosh, I have to see this movie now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's a man. Look at this dinosaur.
We should start doing that in Discord or something, like a movie night with BitBoy, and we just watch horrible movies.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'm sure people want us to talk about Cardano, but
yeah.
What?
I was going to say we are doing a 60% flash sale for the Discord.
Yep, for the Discord. That's right.
Weeks.
And we will be Doing a Dex Kit video tonight at like 8:30 or 9 maybe. So we will actually be doing 4 videos today, and that Dex Kit video will have all the details on that. The link, you can go sign up, upgrade your membership to the BitBoy Lab Discord server. We also have, I mean, it's free. We have a free beginner level in there too if you want to check that out. So, but guys, this is why some people are saying Cardano is getting ready to move. It all has to do with all this, the environmental electricity stuff, the energy stuff. Basically, proof of work is taking up much more power than proof of stake, and the environmental hippies, like, they really, want to tell you that Bitcoin is bad. But while we don't like the narrative, we do like the fact that Cardano is a project, that ADA is a project that, is getting some advantage from this. This could be why when we come here and we look and we see the top, the top gainers, or we look at the top coins, Cardano is up the most in the top. In the top 10, it's up the most, and it's up, pretty considerably in the top 20 as well, but it's like maybe number 5 out of the top 20. But that's one reason. Well, actually, it just moved right now. Now it's up 13.8%. If you guys understand how this 24-hour number works, it is kind of weird. It just updates very quickly. But it's up 13% in the last 24 hours. Thoughts on Matic, proof of stake, seems to be flying. We talked about Matic earlier. We love Matic. We love Cartesi. We love a lot of the Layer 2 solutions, Scale Network. We talked about what we did with Matic earlier today. So if you want to go back and watch, we talked about that. Internet Computer Protocol down to $140. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's weird that Internet Computer is at $140. It's down 200%. And somehow there's enough interest to where a video about it can get 500,000 views. A little sketch if you ask me. Nobody really cares about ICP right now. But it seems, I guess, depending on who talks about it, that if somebody talks about it, then people love it. But I've lost a lot of money with ICP is what I'll tell you. But $100,000 worth at $310, which was like a 25% retracement from the high, and they got absolutely crushed. So, what's going on with Engine Coin? Somebody says Engine is mooning. Do we have any news on Engine?
Let's look.
I'll let you look up at that. Oh, so you move this Acon story to the end.
Yeah.
I see. $1.5 billion in ETH transfers. Okay, here we go. Whales move 1.5 billion in Ethereum from Binance in just 10 minutes. Jaw-dropping amount of Ether has been withdrawn from the largest crypto exchange in just 10 minutes. And this is actually from today. This is a current story. What does that mean, guys? When $1.5 billion is taken off the market, what does that mean? That means it's not going to be sold anytime soon. A chart provided by CryptoQuant's analytics aggregator shows that earlier today, 527,000 ETH, basically, were withdrawn from Binance in merely 10 minutes. Something that only financial institutions or other whales are able to pull off. I just got to say, I think there's some misdirection going on right now. And it's tough because I love Ethereum. But it seems like today, these narratives about Ethereum are so strong that it's almost like misdirection from Bitcoin right now. I'm just saying, right? You guys know the smoke and mirrors that these markets operate in. And it's like, I don't know. It's trying to push everybody to Ethereum maybe so people can accumulate more Bitcoin. That's how I'm feeling right now about this.
Well, and you remember when we looked last week, traditionally when we get dips like this, we see the Bitcoin dominance climb up, and get a pretty big spike on the new bull and things like that, or just in the overall market cap dominance. And then Ethereum and everything runs afterwards. So it's a good point. People could be moving into Bitcoin right now to ride, the big smart money, to ride that move up and then move in on Ethereum afterwards.
Absolutely. So, looking at it is way back up. Look at this. I don't need this for that. Wow. I don't know. It's hard to say. Look at this, though. We basically had, this is the 4-hour chart for Ethereum dominance. It was up at 8.3%. It went all the way down back to 5.5%, and now it's back up over 7% again. So, the one thing I can think about is, we all know, we're just so skeptical in this market now. You know what I mean? We're so skeptical that most of the stuff that we see we have to think, is this smoke and mirrors? You know, are we really seeing what we're seeing? But the fact is, Ethereum is better than Bitcoin. There's no question about it in my mind. Like, it can do things. It is the future. A guy that was in the, a nice gentleman, representative from Brownsville, Texas yesterday, he actually told me, which by the way is where Elon Musk is. SpaceX is down there near South Texas. He told me that the way he looks at it is, he says Bitcoin is digital gold. Ethereum is more like a commodity. It's more like oil. Like Ethereum is like oil because it does things, right? Gold doesn't. I mean, now gold is actually turning into where I think its biggest use case will be technology in the future. That's not what we think of when we think of gold. What do you think about that point?
Yeah, interesting.
It was an interesting way to look at it, I think.
It is a good way to kind of get your head around it. I struggle with people trying to contextualize this in older things that, that it's not like either one, if we're really being honest. These are totally different things. So to try to compare it to oil it's a stretch, but I can see how people need to do that to start to wrap their head around it.
Well, I'd say you have to. I mean, that's something we do on the channel is make a lot of those analogies and people get that.
Yeah.
So I think if you look at oil, like what it does, other than create wars, of course, is it like fuels gas, it fuels energy. Like there's a lot of stuff that oil actually does. Bitcoin or gold, it just sits there and you collect it, and it's supposed to appreciate in value over time outside of its technology uses. That's not what it's known for. So I could see that. I think that is a good way. Like Michael Saylor says, you got Bitcoin and then everything else is a venture capital project. That's another way to look at it. You're investing in those companies, really, right. Decentralized companies. But yeah, so I personally like that analogy. I think it's good. But I also understand what you're saying. Like this is all new stuff. But I mean, especially in Texas, they gotta have ways to think about how oil fits in. Am I right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, are institutions buying the Ethereum dip? Fiat value of 500,000 ETH withdrawn is a whopping $1.5 million, as indicated. At press time, it was at 2,900. Yeah, so this is the Binance outflow. I mean, look, guys, it's on the way up.
Look at those spikes.
God, look at those spikes.
That's just
yesterday. Those are the whale moves.
Yeah.
Those are the whale moves, the moving in, I guess, right? No, this is outflow?
Yep. That's Ethereum leaving Binance on the 25th and 26th.
Well, I'm looking back here on the 19th. This was the day that it dumped, right? The 19th?
Sounds about right.
Why was there such a huge... I guess people buying the bottom of the dip, maybe. Makes sense. People sending it out down here. So, agency commented these e-shows were made internally as Binance moved funds to its cold wallets. We found these outliers were internal transfers, and I don't believe that for a bit. Well, I mean, I believe they were, but I believe there was probably some kind of something going on there. Glassnode team published a chart to show the amount of Ether locked in the E2.0 deposit contract had reached an all-new high. And I think that's the thing about Ethereum is, like, number one, Ethereum is, our favorite coin here. We love, or my favorite coin for sure. TJ's XRP, and the point is that we love Ethereum. We want to do well. Over time, we feel like it is going to outperform Bitcoin. It has always outperformed Bitcoin since it was created. It will continue to do that. But we got so much exciting news coming up for Ethereum as we get closer to this London hard fork. I mean, just think about this, TJ. In 5 days, we will be able to say, or in 6 days, technically, in 6 days, we will be able to say, oh, London hard fork's next month.
Wow. Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
That is crazy. I don't know if you want to come back to the engine thing. There is a kind of a cool story of a marketing campaign.
Let's talk about with the NFT stuff.
Yeah, because it is an NFT related thing. Perfect.
Okay, so tokenizing DeFi. DeFi and traditional finance could converge thanks to tokenization. And I just tell you guys this all the time. We are moving towards DeFi. There's no question about it. You cannot stop it. You cannot hold back the progress of the world. Danny Man says, hit the like. Lazies. Guys, hit the like button. How many people we got watching?
We have 19,000 people, almost 7,000 likes.
We're getting there. I said 8,000. So let's go ahead and let's get that. You guys take a pause. If you're on mobile, hit the X on the live chat. Hit the like button and come back to the live chat. I promise you, comments will still be there. It says it won't be easy to bring DeFi on par with traditional finance. Tokenization can help. And this is another thing I've been telling you guys for a long time. Non-fungible tokens are not just for collectibles. There are going to be much bigger use cases for NFTs. That's like layer 1. We have layer 1, which is basically the collectibles and cards and art and all that stuff. There's going to be so much more. Non-fungible tokens could become a bridge to connect the legacy financial system to the emerging fintech world in the near future. During a recent interview, Adrian Lay, CEO of Liquify, an investment firm and incubator for decentralized finance platforms, told Cointelegraph China that synthetic assets, NFTs, and digital securities are redefining the way the capital markets operate. He also pointed out that as the convergence between security tokens and digital currencies grows greater, we will see increased activity between traditional finance and crypto. He added that we are seeing a merger of security tokens, utility tokens, and NFTs. NFTs can also now represent real assets, which was not considered several years ago. Convergence of traditional finance in the crypto space is increasing more and more. Then he talks about challenges. He says that even though there's a lot of hype around NFTs, the current NFT market is only a digital collectible market, which does not require much liquidity. While Lay believes, or Lie, I'm not sure which one it is, maybe Lie, believes this collectible market is likely here to stay in the long run, several changes have to be made to help the broader NFT market grow further. NFTs could also represent real assets, and this is what we've been pointing to on this channel for years now. And creating a fraction of an NFT out of a real asset is a good way to offer traditional finance exposure to crypto. In this case, liquidity is important because you want to trade a fraction of the real asset. We are just going to such a weird place.
It is. It's going to get there fast.
The merger of the physical and the digital is just something like we've never seen. Like, you see this movie Ready Player One, and you're like, let's come back to that. You see what's going on with Ready Player One, and you're just like, how do we ever get there? This is how we get there. This is how we get to a total bending of what an economy is, what is real, what is physical, what is virtual. I watched this show called The Circle. You actually recommended it to me. Mm-hmm. We watched the second season first, my wife and I, and then we've been watching the first season. And it's like, you watch it, basically the premise of the show is you got all these people living in a building, but none of them can see each other. They just use profile pictures, and you can either choose to be yourself or to be a catfish. And in this episode I watched from the first season, it was basically where a guy was catfishing, like the super nerdy guy is catfishing as like a man's man, you know what I mean? Like a dude, like, a ladies' man, I guess would be a better way to say it. And so he's trying to like sound sexy to these ladies, but he's like such a nerd, he doesn't know how to do it. He's like, okay, I think I'm going to get the ladies. Here we go. This is what I'm going to type. And he types a message to him, and it's like, tell me something that will get me aroused. Oh, gosh. Who says that? Like, who says that? Like everyone watching that at that moment had to like physically cringe, like to think that that's the way that you would talk. Anyways, it's just funny because basically it was like a contest where you win a date with, and by a date, it's like you still sit between the screens. You're just like in different rooms. And he was trying, he ends up taking another catfish. It was another dude pretending to be a girl. It's like you're watching these two guys who are like these fake people like interact with each other. And it's just like, it's so weird that this is where we're at. Like, and you're watching these people. Here's what I find most interesting about the show. You're watching these people have these moral dilemmas in their minds of like, they feel bad about what they're saying to the other people. Anyway, it's a really interesting show because it really shows like the moral conundrums of this physical digital world we're heading to.
Yeah. It's going to, and then if you take all that to VR, like it can get weird fast.
Striking Vipers.
Yeah.
If you see Striking Vipers, it gets weird real quick. So, if you haven't seen that Black Mirror episode, Striking Vipers, it is extremely a few words, but I'm going to say extremely weird because it is just, we're going to a weird place. And guys, NFTs, this is part of the way that we get there. So, what did he say? He said he won the NBA Top Shot.
Yeah.
Have we sent
no,
the winners to Chris Conley?
We did, yeah, the next day.
Okay. So they're sending those out but they had to wait at least 7 days. So can we follow up with them, make sure they get all that out?
Yeah, we'll follow up.
We'll follow up on that. You should have them soon. It's been 7 days now.
Yeah,
so.
It's in their wallet, so we can't actually send it, but we did send them the winners, so we'll we'll double check on that.
Right. Guys, we also have a new AMA coming, by the way. Our next, somebody said bromanced. Yeah, that's one way to say it. Our next, you want to show the screen? Our next AMA has been decided. We will be interviewing DeFi for You on May 27th. That's tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that'll be while we're in the live stream. The AMA will be starting. You guys can do both. You can actually watch YouTube and be in the chat. Users' best questions have the chance of winning a prize from DeFi for You. And look, the cat put his icon up there.
Of course.
He's something, ain't he?
Well, you see it, it's right there in the scroll out. It's in the name right there at the top.
Oh yeah, BitBoy Crypto News run by the cat. Let me tell you the thing about the cat. I love the cat. He is actually my longest continuously employed person right now. The cat goes back with me a long time. But this is false advertising right here, because in real life he never wears a shirt. So he's wearing a shirt in the icon here.
Or a hat.
Or a hat.
He's actually a human in real life.
He is a human in real life. He would not like you to believe that, but it is true. But you guys make sure to come check this out. We retweeted it. You can get access to this to check out that AMA tomorrow. All right. And also, guys, we have this news here. Polka Markets, a project we're invested in, announces MVP open beta. Guys, and you can kind of look at Polka Markets. It's kind of like, it's a launch pad, kind of like Card Starter, Altcoin Finance. This is for Polkadot. We know the parachains are coming very soon to Polkadot. Polka Markets has been absolutely crushing it. I'm sure it definitely got crushed in the crash, but until then, it had been doing phenomenal. It's opening up its MVP beta platform for testing the general public. Prediction market company and protocol says that it is looking forward to seeing how well its MVP will perform under greater load. Now, I was talking about Polka Starter earlier. This is prediction markets. Polka Starter is the launch pad. Polka Markets is the prediction market. Kind of like we've seen with Prosper. So many of these names are so similar.
They are.
So, sorry, that was actually a mistake. It is not the launch pad. It's actually the prediction markets. You can think of it kind of like Augur or Prosper. We know Prosper is one that has done really well that we love. Polka Markets is a decentralized prediction market platform protocol built for cross-chain information exchange and trading. Its current MVP is now live on the Ethereum Covan testnet, or Covan, for any user to test, while previously being closed to whitelisted users only. Polka Markets launched as prediction market project in late February when it conducted its token sale just a few short months later. Team behind the prediction market company has released its testnet. To contrast this, competitors such as Augur and Gnosis and others took years to release any viable release candidates to the general public for testing. The company says it's confident that the feedback it will gather will further help to polish and refine its mainnet launch product, which is due out this year. I told you guys for a long time that Augur's terrible. No offense if you're investing in Augur. Just read that comment down there. Augur just it's been around. It's one of the oldest Ethereum tokens, but it's never really done anything. And it finally released its product. Nobody's really using it. So the prediction market is a very interesting. It's a very interesting market to look at. We know Prosper absolutely crushed it. Trading prediction stuff on Binance. But today marks a special day in the history. Since we launched a few short months ago, we've been working nonstop to get our product out as fast as possible with as much quality as possible. Our team's working incredibly hard to release iterations of our prediction market technology and to gather feedback from real users. Today, with our open beta release, we are excited to get Polka Markets out there to a greater audience. We hope that their feedback and input will help to bring us an even better market. So you guys go check out this MVP product. Like I said, this is a project we're invested in, not a sponsored section here, but we are invested in Polka Markets. And here's actually the market itself. Here's some of the questions. Will Australians win the Flashpoint 3 CSGO tournament? And then you can bet on it. Shows the volume of ETH that's traded there. 46 ETH traded on this question. Liquidity 13.8. Expiration May 30th. Here's a question. These are prediction markets. You're betting on predictions. Will crypto total market cap reach $3 trillion before July 1st? What do you think, TJ?
You
got to say yes, I think.
I think yes.
I think if we're still bullish, we have to say yes.
I was like, at first it was a snap yes.
Yeah.
And then the more you think about it, you're like, it's probably going to be right at 3 trillion.
Well, it's like an over-under. They set it at a close number.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I would go with yes.
Will Ethereum hit $5,000 before June 1st? I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under.
I'm going to take the under on that one. Will Dogecoin hit $1 before June 1st?
I'm going to take
Definitely taking the under on that one. Wow, this is fun.
Here
we go. Who will win the exhibition match between Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul? Guys, look, here's the thing. I am pulling for Logan for sure because I hate Floyd Mayweather. He hits women. I'm not like okay with that. I don't like that about him. I never have. You hit a woman, you hit your girlfriend, and you're a boxer, you're dead to me.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely pulling for Logan. We're actually going to the fight.
Yep.
We're going to the fight. We should be getting a box in a box. Somebody offered that to us. So me and TJ and Justin, we're going to go to the box to watch a boxing match. Right? We're a better place to watch a boxing match than a box.
Yep.
And we're going to be pulling for Logan Paul. But I think I got to say, if I were betting, I would have to say Floyd's going to win. And here's the why. I know Logan Paul's a lot bigger than him, and he's trained very hard for this fight. He's a very good fighter. But Floyd Mayweather's strength is not getting hit. It doesn't matter how hard. His fights are so boring. Trust me, I've pulled for him to get beat every time I've ever watched him. But it's just hard for me to see Logan actually landing punches on him. But if he lands a few, he could been askering him, maybe, what Jake did.
Yeah, he's just got to go for the fences and go for that knockout. Because if it gets to points, that's the other thing. Mayweather knows how to win on points better. That's his whole career.
It's kind of like these coaches in my kids' baseball league. Okay, in the 5U, they have specific rules, right? Where like only the catcher is allowed to tag somebody out at home unless like X, Y, or Z happen, and then maybe the kid that's playing pitcher's mound can do it. So we got these coaches in the league that all they do is they figured out ways to win, not using real baseball rules, using that specific league's rules. And it's like, got to give it to them. Like, they learned how to do it, but they suck. Like, the way they do it is not cool. You know, they're not teaching the kids how to play real baseball. They're only worried about trying to actually win a game that's not real baseball. Like, the kid on the pitcher's mound is not allowed to run and tag other kids. And so they take advantage of the system. And that's what Floyd Mayweather does. He's the same way. Like, that's all he does is he takes advantage of the system to get points, when in reality, like, he's not doing anything. His punches are like this. He's like, boop. All he does is hit him on the head. Just score. He's not trying to hit him. He says he's going to knock him out. I don't think he's going to knock Logan Paul out by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
Conor McGregor fight was interesting. Did you watch the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight?
I didn't.
Floyd Mayweather played with him for 4 rounds, and you thought like Conor maybe had a chance, and they just got him so winded, and he just did the little point system, point, and he takes advantage of it. So I don't think that's I don't think that's a cool way to do it. Also, he hits women. Not a fan of that. Pulling for Logan Paul, but I learned my lesson against betting against Floyd Mayweather. So interesting, but we're gonna be there, so it's gonna be fun. All right, so let's see. What is this athletes want Bitcoin story?
Yeah, I'll reset it.
I didn't even see it. I don't think it's up.
Uh-oh.
Where is it?
Should be up.
There's gaming retailer, Acon.
That's next.
I don't see it, TJ.
Oh, he probably missed it. He wrote it down, so.
Okay, let me take it. Let me go to the Trello card and get the right.
Well, just jump to the engine stuff. It's not that big a deal. It's basically
so what's going on with Engine? Tell me about that.
They just did a huge marketing campaign with NFTs, which is cool, where they ran paid ads of QR codes, and anybody who saw it could scan it and get a free NFT as long as you had the wallet.
That was what we did.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I think we did that on the Affinity launch, and that was a test, I think. And then now they've come through with a big, I think 50,000 or something like that. Do you have the story up?
No, I don't. I'm investigating something else that somebody else said down there.
Yeah, but it's interesting and it's cool. You know, Engine being the creators of the 1155 standard, they know a lot about NFTs, how to use NFTs, where NFTs are going in the future. I think digital marketing is going to be a major use case for NFTs.
Yeah,
and we're going to see them. You know, and this was kind of the first iteration of somebody trying to use it for purely brand building marketing. You know, they weren't trying to make any money. They just wanted people to get them in their hands, have some fun, download the wallet. So it'll be interesting to watch the Engine team use NFTs in the future because they understand the potentials probably better than anybody.
Yeah, and I did see someone here, by the way, tweeted that Apple is looking for crypto experience and alternative payments It's a job post. Somebody said CoinDesk tweeted about Apple. So there it is. That's what it is. But we have the NFL story. I actually found it. It was here. It was just down here, so I couldn't see it. An NFL free agent who converted salary to Bitcoin says other players inquiring about BTC. Yeah, did Dinwiddie launch today? Dinwiddie? Now, by the way, there is a company, Dinwiddie, literally the letter D in the word finity, that's behind ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, apparently the most popular project in the history of mankind. I know what it was. It got 500,000 views because a lot of people thought they were watching a clown posse video. Insane clown posse video. But the thing is, there's also the project that's launching on CardStarter, which I think we're invested in this one, I think. Dinwiddie, that's D-E-finity. So if you guys are hearing the word Dinwiddie a lot, there's two different Dinwiddies that are kind of popular right now.
Well, then
for
there's
different
also
reasons.
E-finity that I know we're invested.
E-finity is the engine project we were just talking about. So many affinities.
So confusing.
Yeah. Professional football player Sean Culkin is revealing that other pros, I don't know Sean, in the National Football League are demonstrating interest in Bitcoin following his decision to get paid in BTC. In an interview with Fox Business, free agent that played as a tight end for Kansas City for 2020, he says he's been receiving inquiries from other players concerning the flagship crypto asset. I've been getting a lot of questions about crypto privately from guys in the league, and we're seeing more and more teams and players getting involved. Wasn't that long ago, only a few of us knew what it was all about, but players understand firsthand that fiat currency depreciates over time, and they tend to grasp the concept of Bitcoin as a store of value right away. Bitcoin is inflationary resistant. We call that deflationary. I guess not. I guess there's a difference. It also offers more utility and scalability than gold. Volatility is part of crypto. We know this, guys, but we know the athletes are talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We know this because we actually talk to athletes.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's such a weird place in my life. It's so weird. Yeah, we actually have talked to many athletes, both publicly and privately, about getting into crypto. We actually played a role connecting some very, very, very top level athletes to some OTC desks because they want to buy millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, and you can't open up a Coinbase account and do that. So I don't know if they actually did make the purchase or not, but we made the connection, made the introduction for them. So there are athletes that are looking into this. It's the talk of the locker room. And we know this in 2017, it was the same way. Mm-hmm. Spencer Dinwiddie, who, God, I can never remember if he got traded or not. I think he got hurt, I think. Is he still playing for the Nets? Let me look. Yeah, he's still playing for the Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie, he's out for the season, though. I think he tore his ACL or something. Very sad. But Spencer recounted back in 2017 stories, and Spencer's been here since 2018, very active in the crypto space. So this is not a guy that's new. He's probably our number one athlete ambassador for crypto. And Russell Okung as well. And he was talking about how back in 2017, all the players were talking about it in the locker room, and then the price went down and everybody stopped talking about it. Yep. So right now we know that these people are definitely, having these conversations, but a lot of them are probably saying oh, I'm glad I didn't get in. I'm glad after that crash, but not realizing that's the psychology of the market. That's when you should be getting in is, when you think that the price has dropped. And what's interesting is I was talking to the Texas State House yesterday, and I was talking to them about charts, and I said, all right, so listen, if you're trying to decide between Ethereum, Cardano, and let's say Polkadot, and you've got one chart where a project has gone up like this, you got one that's going sideways, and you got one where the price has recently gone down, which one of those do you want to buy? And after the talk, one of the guys came up to me, because I got interrupted, believe it or not, I have ADD. I got interrupted because basically I misunderstood the question of what they were asking, and I never actually said the answer to that. Guy came up to me afterwards, he said, hey, you never finished that answer. Which one should I buy in that case? And I was just like, wow. Yeah, I think it should be the thing is, don't buy the one that's up.
Right.
You can buy the one that's sideways or buy the one that went down. Either one of those are acceptable answers. But you don't want to buy one that's on the way up currently. Buy in the red, sell in the green. That's what we did with Polygon. As I talked about at the beginning of the stream, that's the way that you want to do it. So last story talking about Akon here. You guys know we know Akon. We talked to Akon before. He's been on the channel twice, I believe. He lives here in Atlanta as well. He's going to sell historic DNA art as NFT in collaboration with Oasis Network, a project we've worked with before, right? No, we've not worked with Oasis. We worked with OVR. What is that one? Overland?
Yeah.
Confused. Also a gaming/NFT/virtual world project. Singer is collaborating with a historic gene sequencing company on a one-of-a-kind art job. We gonna get his blood splatters?
I don't know.
It seems like everything's an NFT these days. Oh, is it a NFT or an NFT?
Hey,
well,
you only use an when it's preceding another vowel.
Yeah, but here's the thing: an N sounds like a vowel. N.
What?
I think like the word hour is an hour. Because even though it starts with an H, the sound is a vowel sound. Hour. You know that?
N is a vowel sound?
It's if you were to spell out the word in, which I know you can't spell a letter, but it would be E-N.
Okay.
So I think with NFT, you could actually get away with either one. I want to know in the comments, hashtag A or hashtag an for NFT. It seems like everything's a NFT these days, and your DNA could be next. In a press release today, Acoin NFT, the non-fungible token platform for musician and budding blockchain entrepreneur Akon, announced a planned auction of an NFT. See, it is an. It's got to be an. It just rolls off the tongue. That will contain a high-res artistic representation of genetic data of Professor George Church, a renowned biology researcher and the first human to have their genome sequenced. Acoin NFT will be using the parcel development platform from Oasis Labs to store the metadata. The buyers will also, it's a lot of people are saying an.
A lot of people saying,
Yeah.
But it's, doesn't matter.
I think you could get away with either one.
I think you could.
But I think an sounds better, for sure. But you didn't know that about hour, did you?
Well, some people were disagreeing with you on that. So
On what?
On hour, an hour.
It's definitely an hour. There's no question about that. You can't go strict. You got to go on the phonetics. You can't go on the actual the letter if it's silent. Doesn't make any sense. Acoin will be using a parcel, a DNA sequencing company. The goal of the auction is kickstarting conversation around fair and transparent ways to monetize and share health data. Wow, this is interesting. It will take place on Thursday, June 10th. As we celebrate, somebody says an Arctic. What is that? An NFT, and I don't know what that means. As we celebrate the artists within all of us, there's no better indicator than our own genome sequence DNA to showcase the individuality that makes us who we are. T-Drop will be groundbreaking in so many ways. We envision Parcel and Oasis Network, with its ability to tokenize numerous classes of off-chain assets, as the ideal platform for securing the next generation of NFTs. And it is interesting. I would just say, while I'm thinking about this, I would just say it's very interesting that we're talking about selling our own personal health data.
That's wild.
Because who has all that? Facebook's got all of it, I'm sure.
Google is a lot of it.
Google, Facebook.
At least it's flipping the script right now. Google's got everybody paying them to take their DNA data to get, 23andMe, and I don't know what the other ones are.
I heard in the UK, though, it's illegal to sell that data.
Yeah, Ancestry. It is.
It's illegal for companies to use your data, your DNA data, for their benefit.
Yeah, supposedly.
Supposedly. I know it's true. I know I just did some DNA testing at Better Health. No, Lake Point. Lake Point Chiropractic. Is it called Better Health Chiropractic?
Lake Point Wellness.
Lake Point Wellness. Why do I think Better Health? That's the name. That's the name of my old chiropractor in Gainesville, Valerie Sylvester. She was a great chiropractor too. But here in Cobb County, I use Dr. Deb, and basically the long and the short of it is they do DNA testing there. But I went to do it, and I was like, well, who's getting this? I don't want people to have my DNA data because, I just don't stand for that. And she said, no, the reason it takes so long to get the consultation after you do it is because they send it off to the UK, because in the UK, they're not allowed to sell your data. So I thought that was definitely very interesting. Somebody said the XRP, somebody loved my poem joke, Said the SEC case could settle by Friday. I don't know if that's true, but if that happened, that would be amazing since we're doing a video on it today. That would be great. Well, guys, I've actually got a hard cutoff here because I got another appointment I got to jump on to here in 2 minutes. We went over time today. But, guys, appreciate everybody watching. I think this just want to just sum up one more time, like the impact the BitSquad is having out there in the world, where we're able to go to state legislators and talk to them about crypto, talk to them about assets, talk to them about regulation, tax laws. It's phenomenal. It's all because of you guys. We are doing the stuff we're doing here on this channel is so much bigger than anything that's ever been seen before in crypto. And just want to once again say thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I get to do a lot of this cool stuff, but it's all because of you guys. And you're definitely part of it. Well, I mean, you're the main reason, honestly. So, all right, guys, that's all we got for today. Love you guys. I forgot my outro.
Be blessed.
Be blessed. BitBoy out.